All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're breaking down one of the most incredible career paths in tech right now. We're talking about the journey from the trenches of tech support all the way to becoming an architect of our AI-powered future. How does that even happen? Well, let's decode it.
So here's the big question we're tackling. How on earth do you go from helping people with their IT problems to designing the very architecture for artificial intelligence? It sounds like a massive jump, right? But what you're about to see is that it's not a leap at all. It's a build, piece by piece.
And really, the one-word answer is right here: evolution. This isn't some overnight success story or a lucky break. It's a deliberate, calculated journey with really clear stages. And today, we're going to break down that evolution, step by step, to show you exactly how each stage sets up the next one.
Okay, so where does a journey like this even begin? It all starts here, with the foundation. You can't build a high-tech skyscraper, the AI part, on shaky ground. You need a rock-solid base of infrastructure. The first mission, before anything else, is to master stability.
So this journey kicks off back in 2010. And just look at the places where this person cut their teeth. An internet provider, a hospital, a major airline, even Coca-Cola. These aren't your typical office IT jobs. We're talking about high-stakes, mission-critical environments. I mean, think about it. If a server goes down at an airline or in a hospital, the consequences are real and they are immediate. This is where you learn, under pressure, how technology keeps the world running 24/7. You're not just closing tickets, you're on the front lines.
And one of the first key skills you pick up here isn't just technical, it's about process. Learning frameworks like ITIL and ITSM is like learning the language of the business. This is how you stop talking about server downtime and start talking about business impact. It's what turns you from just the IT person into a strategic partner who can actually explain how tech delivers real value that the executives care about.
And of course, you've got the tech stack, the actual tools of the trade for this era. We're talking about the absolute bedrock of corporate IT: Windows Server, Active Directory to manage who gets access to what, virtualization with VMware to make one server act like many, Cisco networking to tie it all together, and Zabbix to keep an eye on everything, trying to spot trouble before it happens. This is the hands-on, get-it-done stuff.
And right away, you see the business impact. By getting really good at virtualization, this professional was able to slash infrastructure costs by a whopping 40%. Now, that's not just some technical metric. That's real money back in the company's pocket. It proves, right from the start of a career, that smart tech decisions have a clear financial payoff.
So, once that foundation of stability is set in stone, we hit a major turning point. The game completely changes. The focus shifts from just keeping the lights on to how fast can we build and ship new, valuable stuff. This is where we enter the DevOps evolution.
And this is a total mindset shift. On one side, you have the old way, manual processes. It's slow, it's risky, and everything depends on a specific person remembering to do everything right. On the other side, you have CI/CD automation. It's like a software factory. It's fast, it's perfectly repeatable every single time, and it's all defined in code, which means the chance for human error basically disappears.
So what does a software factory actually look like? Well, think of it as a pipeline. First, developers commit their code to Git. Then, Docker swoops in and packages that code up into a neat, standardized little box called a container. Next, a whole battery of automated tests runs to make sure nothing is broken. And if it all passes, Kubernetes takes over and deploys it out into the world for customers to use. It's an assembly line for code.
And to build this assembly line, you need a whole new set of tools. The toolbox looks completely different now. We're talking scripting languages like Python and PowerShell, tools like Ansible to build your infrastructure with code, and of course, the power couple of modern apps, Docker for the containers and Kubernetes to manage them all. This is the toolkit for speed.
And the result of all this? It's huge. In one real-world project, putting this DevOps pipeline in place cut the time it took to release new software features in half. 50%. That's not just a little faster. That means your business can innovate and react to customer needs twice as fast. That's a massive competitive advantage.
Okay, so we've built the stable foundation, and then we built a superhighway for speed on top of it. So what's next? This is where we take a quantum leap. The focus shifts again, this time from being efficient to being intelligent. We're moving beyond just running things well to using data to actually predict what's going to happen next.
This quote from the professional we're following really sums up the mission of this new phase perfectly, transforming raw data into actionable insights. Think about that. Having tons of data is basically useless on its own. The real magic, the real value, is turning that raw, messy data into something a leader can look at and say, okay, I know what we need to do now.
So how does this transformation actually happen? It follows a cycle. You start by collecting the data. Then comes the really hard part, cleaning it. Real-world data is a mess, and any data scientist will tell you they spend like 80% of their time just on this one step. After it's clean, you can analyze it, build a predictive model using machine learning, and finally put it into a dashboard so a normal human can look at it and understand what it all means.
And once again, we see a concrete, measurable result. By using machine learning models like Prophet, they were able to predict customer demand with 20% more accuracy. Now, what does that actually mean for a business? It means you're not wasting money on inventory that just sits there, and you're not losing sales because you ran out of stock. That 20% goes straight to the bottom line.
And this leads us to the toolkit for the AI era. You've still got Python, but now with powerful libraries like Pandas and Scikit-learn. You've got specific predictive models like Prophet, and then you get to the heavy hitters, frameworks like TensorFlow for building custom AI, and this is the really cool part. Large language models like Google Gemini and the tech that supports them, like vector databases, which basically act as a long-term memory for the AI. This is state-of-the-art stuff.
So what happens when you take all these pieces, the rock-solid infrastructure, the lightning-fast DevOps culture, and the predictive power of AI, and you fuse them all together? You get the synthesis. You create what is arguably the most valuable and complete tech professional out there today.
And that synthesis has a name, IOPS, or MLOps. It's a pretty simple idea, really. You take everything we learned about making software delivery fast and reliable with DevOps, and you apply those same principles to artificial intelligence. This is the discipline that takes a cool AI model out of a data scientist's notebook and turns it into a real, reliable product that can handle millions of users. It's what separates the AI hype from the AI reality.
And here's the formula that brings it all together. You take infrastructure, you add DevOps, and you layer on data and AI. What you get is the full-cycle architect. This is the person who understands the entire stack, from the physical server all the way up to the AI model. And these are the people that every innovative company from Sao Paulo to Silicon Valley is desperately trying to hire right now.
So let's just recap the value here, because it's so important. Each stage of this evolution adds a unique kind of value. The infrastructure base gives you stability and resilience. DevOps gives you speed and efficiency. And data and AI give you intelligence and prediction. But here's the key. They don't just add to each other, they multiply. The combination of all three creates a level of value that's truly exponential for a company.
And that brings us to the final question, and it's really a question for you. We've just walked through a journey of relentless, constant evolution. So is your career or is your company evolving at the speed of technology? What foundation are you building today that's going to enable your quantum leap tomorrow?